Welcome to this week's State of the Escritoire. This is the first Escritoire that I'm filming since the famed Walden Inktastrofe. And upon watching that actual video, I noticed it was this very watch and I bumped it. I didn't bump it with my own hand, as it were. Like I moved my hand up and over and it was my watch band that caught it. So I guess lesson for myself, I'm going to go ahead and take my watch off so that way I am free and naked to play with my fountain pens. Let's see what's going on. So from the spill, everything cleaned up really well if you watch that video. My notebook here still has some sheen there, and if I were to hold it here, after a while that would come off on my fingers, but you know, I just kind of hold it from the bottom. The inside is actually surprisingly good. So the inside, even though it looked really bad from the outside, the inside, it was very minimal. So that's, you know, this is still very usable. So I'll keep that around. We did get you your ink sample, which was nice. My sister stopped by and allowed me to go to a concert with my friend. She also dropped off belated Father's Day presents. So I've got some thank you cards that can go up here because I'm running low on stationery. And she also dropped off like a neat little journal here. So not a journal, but more of like a quick note-taking apparatus, as it were. I wish this thing came with like directions, because I'm like, how do I know there's some art to like hook in this, but I'm just like, how do I hook this? So I'm just kind of making it work. It's probably like an art, just like my wax stamps. It's probably like a whole art to this. Bound, how to tie a leather bound book, right? Anyway, cool. Thank you, sis. Today we've got an unboxing. This is to go along with my Galen journal here. It's kind of like my daily portfolio. And I've got a couple pens and the notebooks of choice that I like. So this quality is phenomenal. They did an amazing job. And because of that, when I looked to a pen carrier, I looked toward the same company. I did try pretty hard to see if there were any good competitors from America, and there weren't. Galen is just that good. So they're based out of Turkey. Shipping time was pretty good, just over a week. And they're actually literally at the DC Pen Show. They just wrapped up. You know, they must have sent this and then hopped on a plane and then hit the DC Pen Show because it's arriving the day after. I wish I could have gone to the DC Pen Show, but maybe next year, who knows. Oh, cool. I got like a little freebie. I heard about sometimes if you buy directly from them, you get like a little freebie. So let's see what's on. Let's see what's in here. Our story. So that was a cool little stationery they included. Looks like they've got some stickers. I can throw that on a letter just to kind of give it some craziness. And wow, they gave me a cool little nice leather pen case. Well, that I can definitely use, right? And cool. Thank you for the freebie, Galen. We also got a little bit of tea. A little towelette. And they also gave me a 10% off coupon. Oh, cool. What's this? Evil Eye Charm, huh? With each Galen Leather product, we include a nazar famous in Turkish culture. A nazar is an eye-shaped amulet believed to protect against the evil eye. When someone eyes your good fortune with jealousy and gluttony, bad luck in some form is bound to befall you. We send you the nazar as a talisman to ward against this. Typically made of glass, featuring concentric circles and shades of blue, nazars are handmade in the small village of Nazar in Izmir, Turkey. As little has changed in how these pieces have been made for thousands of years, you could say that you hold a bit of our country's history in your hand. Wherever you keep it in your home with Galen items, or if you wear it or carry it, we hope it will bring you good fortune and peace. Cool. Nice job, man. They do really kind of hit you with the trinkets. Love it. All right, let's do this. Nice. Cool. I wanted this color, the forest green, when I got my leather journal, but they were out, so I ended up getting the navy blue here. But when I could go straight to the source and it was available, I went ahead and I got the nice forest green. Their products are awesome. The leather is top notch. This zipper is Very heavy duty. Can't say enough about my experience so far with this company. This is all purchased by me, so there's no product placement or anything by that nature. In fact, the only reason I even got this notebook was because it was recommended to me from Aaron over at the Join Pens and Paper. So thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Galen. So I think in the scheme of things, what I'm doing here is more of a compendum, because on my day-to-day, this is really enough. When I open it up, I've got, 3, maybe 4. I usually don't keep 2 over here because they'll, bang and hit. And so I'll keep 1 here. And then I might keep a space like this between a bigger one. So if they're next to each other, they have the potential to like wiggle a little bit. And so on the bigger ones, I like to give maybe some space. Or if it's like an expensive donor pen that I'm just up for review, I'll definitely give it space type thing. But otherwise, this does take up a decent amount of space, right? When you close this, look. It's like about half the room. So, which I love that they made this removable, by the way. That's awesome. If I choose to remove that, that gives me way more room that I can toss in another 2 or 3 notebooks, right? So now, this is like a legit notebook paper central, right? Now this is basically replaced with this, but now I have more variety. Now I will say, since I've been just briefly using it, your average machine pen is not really held in place. Not that big of a deal, but if you notice down here, that means that the nose is pretty much going to be in contact with those, the teeth of the zipper down below. And so over time, that might impart some wear and tear, so much so that I'm not going to risk any of my thinner pens in this. So that means this is definitely going to be a compendum for fountain pens. But in that regard, she might do well. What I noticed when you have these flaps down, the larger size pens aren't quite covered. So if I pair that with smaller pens on this side, this flap will come down more and then hopefully protect the oversized pens. One other thing I like to do is instead of all of the clips totally being pointed at each other, I put them slightly askew. When I close it and invert it, they'll be better together. I will use this and appreciate this. The leather is really nice quality too. I know they say it's like a distressed leather, quote unquote, and you can see, it's clearly not perfect. It's got a little bit of, character here and there, but the same can be said of this one. Any of those little blemishes, you can't tell if I added them or if they came that way. So it was definitely nicer than I expected, though. I will say that. So I would definitely say this is very high quality leather. Well, thank you guys for joining. Gonna fill this bad boy up, and now we've got a little companion for it. Got my green and I got my blue, and both of them